Good morning and welcome to News 12 Long Island. I'm Alicia Laventure. We'll have more on those stories in just a moment, but first, let's start off with the weather. Check out this flooding and lightning we caught on camera over in Suffolk last night. You can see the skies were lighting up. The storms may not have lasted long, but the rain was torrential and that thunder was booming. So is there any more chance of rain in store for the Columbus Day weekend? Meteorologist Matt Hammer has the latest forecast. Matt. All right, thank you, Matt. We begin with a developing story in Smithtown where a pedestrian was killed by an alleged drunk driver. Police say Timothy Burke hit Kenneth Rich on Route 111 near Maple Avenue. This happened around 8:30 last night. Rich, who was 51 years old, died at the scene. Burke will be arraigned on DWI charges today. Witnesses are being asked to call the Vehicular Crime Unit. Their number 631-852-6555. And in Bohemia, a man is in critical condition after he was hit by an SUV. Police say the victim was struck while walking on Orville Drive just last night. We're told the driver stayed at the scene and tried to help the man. No charges have been filed. A Miller Place man was killed after this crash in Mount Sinai. Police say Reinhold Shearwagon's Ford F-150 hit a guardrail while heading eastbound on North Country Road last night. The 64-year-old died at the hospital. And yet another accident in Center Reach where several college students were hurt in that crash. Police say the driver of the SUV lost control on Nichols Road near Hammond Road last night. We're told he hit the median and the SUV rolled over. Police tell us 5 people inside that car all attend Stony Brook University. They're going to be okay. And developing in Levittown, an SUV slammed straight into a home. A viewer sent us some incredible pictures from Sherwood Road overnight. You can see the SUV inside the living room there. And of course, plenty of damage. The homeowner's son tells us no one inside the home was hurt. And at this point, there's no word if the driver is facing any charges. Now, terrifying moments in Medford after an alleged drunk driver repeatedly slammed into a minivan. And this was all caught on dash cam video. This was the scene on North Ocean Avenue and Woodside Avenue Thursday. You can see that car got hit once. Now, police tell us Linda Spina hit a Farmingville family's minivan head on twice. Look at that. Boom, right there. Now, police say when a Good Samaritan tried to stop Spina, she was nearly run down.
My hands are shaking because I'm scared, still scared.
Now, the family wasn't hurt, and we're told Spina was arraigned on a DWI charge and released. And a dramatic rescue caught on camera near the Fire Island Inlet. Take a look at this Coast Guard footage of 2 men being pulled out of the water yesterday afternoon. Now, officials say that their boat became disabled. Because of the high winds and rough seas, a helicopter crew had to be called in to rescue them. Both men were wearing life jackets at the time and they weren't hurt. Now, it's a great morning to be a Mets fan. The team beat the Dodgers out in LA last night 3-1, and that means they take a 1-0 lead in the best-of-5 of the National League Division Series. You can say the captain was pretty pleased.
That's about as sweet as I thought it was going to be.
Sweet like candy. Game 2 is tonight just after 9 o'clock, and the Mets will be back at Citi Field on Monday. Now, the Islanders have officially kicked off their new season in their new home. News 12 Sports Director Kevin Marr was there for it all.
At the Barclays Center, Kevin Marr, News 12, Long Island.
Time now for another check of that forecast with meteorologist Matt Hammer. Matt, you brought goodies with you this time?
Yeah, I heard you were a Mets fan, right? Are you?
Am I?
I don't know. Well, I got you this hat, so hopefully you take it.
It's a little big, Matt. I don't think. No, I think this fits you better, buddy.
And hockey, we still have baseball playoffs.
Rescue crews will head out again today to try and untangle this whale caught in a net off the coast of Southern California. The mammal has some kind of rope wrapped around its entire body. Officials believe the whale has been tangled for quite some time. Now, today is your chance to hand over any illegal pets you may have, no questions asked. It's Suffolk's SPCA's Illegal Exotic Animal Amnesty Day. Long Islanders with dangerous or illegal animals can turn them in at the Holtzville Ecology Center, and owners won't face any penalties. For more information, head on over to news12.com and click on numbers and links. Now, this weekend, the nation is dealing with 2 deadly school shootings that happened within 24 hours of each other. Yesterday morning, police say one person was killed and another was hurt at Texas Southern University. It happened at a student housing complex. Houston police say at least 2 people are being questioned. Now, a candlelight vigil was held at Northern Arizona University last night for the 1 student killed and 3 others wounded there. 18-year-old Stephen Jones, who was a student there, is charged with murder. Police say the shooting happened after a fight. Meanwhile, President Obama met with families affected by this month's shooting at a community college in Oregon, but he just stopped short of calling for gun law reforms.
The love we feel for him.
Not everyone was happy with the president's trip. Protesters gathered near the airport in Oregon to voice their opposition to President Obama's calls for more gun restrictions. It looks like Paul Ryan may consider a run for House Speaker after all. Fellow lawmakers say the Wisconsin congressman is now weighing a bid to replace the retiring John Boehner. Many House Republicans have asked Ryan to run after House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy suddenly dropped out of the race earlier this week. Seaford Congressman Peter King's name was also mentioned, and he tells us he would also like to see Ryan as Speaker. In your business news, major layoffs could be coming at Twitter. Reports say the site is planning to make company-wide cuts next week. Twitter had more than 4,000 employees at the end of June. The layoffs would come 1 week after Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey was appointed CEO. More Long Islanders have contracted West Nile. Here's your checkup. The Nassau Health Department tells Newsday doctors have diagnosed 3 more residents in the county with the virus. 2 cases were in the town of Hempstead, and a 3rd was found in the town of Oyster Bay. We're told those folks are in the hospital. 3 Suffolk residents tested positive for West Nile earlier this week, bringing the total number of cases across the island to 13. In your entertainment news now, Shia LaBeouf has been arrested and charged with public intoxication in Texas. TMZ is reporting the 28-year-old was, quote, out of control and disobeyed police while he was partying in downtown Austin. The Transformers star went to rehab last year for alcohol abuse after he was arrested for allegedly spitting on an NYPD officer and refusing to leave a Broadway show. Another honorary degree has been taken away from Bill Cosby. Baylor University now joins the growing list of schools to rescind the comedian's PhD. The school says the violence Cosby is accused of contradicts its mission and values. At least 50 women say they were sexually abused by the star. From mall cop to retired cop, actor Kevin James is returning to television. The Long Island native will co-produce and star in the currently untitled comedy. It's expected to air on CBS sometime next year. Now let's get a quick check on that weather for today. It will be mostly sunny, breezy, with your highs around 64 degrees. Tonight, your lows hit the lower 40s. Your full hyperlocal weekend forecast with meteorologist Matt Hammer coming up in 2 minutes. All right, thank you so much, Matt. I'm Alicia Laventure. Here's the latest now on News 12 Long Island. A surfer was attacked by a shark in Hawaii. It happened just off Oahu's North Shore yesterday. We're told the 25-year-old surfer was sitting on his board when the shark came up from underneath and bit him. Now, the surfer punched the shark until it swam off, but he did lose most of his leg. At least 86 people are dead and another 186 hurt after 2 explosions at a peace rally in Turkey. The rally was aimed at calling for an end to the renewed violence between Kurdish rebels and Turkish security forces. Officials say there are strong signs that the attacks were suicide bombings. Kurdish rebels have declared a temporary ceasefire. Afghanistan's president has now appointed a commission to investigate an airstrike in Kunduz that destroyed a Doctors Without Borders hospital. 22 people were killed in that blast. U.S. officials say last week's strike was requested by Afghan ground forces, but mistakenly hit the hospital. There's more rain in South Carolina today, just 1 week after these devastating floods. More than a foot of rain fell in the state then, and now today, an additional inch of rain could come down. 19 deaths are being linked to the storm. At least 9 construction workers were hurt last night when the bridge they were working on collapsed. This happened just outside of Los Angeles. No word on how the officers, or rather the workers, are doing right now. A missing Texas dog is now safe at home after taking an epic journey. Meet Chips. The 4-year-old pug got loose over a year ago while visiting a Texas ranch with his family. His owners say Chips was gone for so long they'd given up hope that they'd ever find him.
We thought he was gone. We thought he was dead.
We were blown away. It was amazing that we found him.
Pretty amazing. Now listen to this. Chips was found in Mississippi, about 650 miles away from the ranch where he disappeared. He was brought to a clinic where a vet scanned his microchip, and that's how they were able to track down his owners. Love that. Still ahead, why the White House is looking a little pink today. Plus, Kristen Chenoweth is headed to Long Island, where you can see her perform live tonight. So here's the not-so-White House looking a little pink. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue changed its color last night for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Officials say it's to honor the women and their families who've battled the disease. I feel like smashing some pumpkins this weekend. We're not talking about the band, because this story just might be for you.
Fire in the hole!
Fire in the hole indeed. The annual Pumpkin Chunkin' contest kicks off in Colorado today. 18 teams from around the country are competing to see who can launch a pumpkin the farthest. And get this, we're told some of those pumpkins land up to a half-mile away. Wow. A powerhouse superstar singer will be belting it out in Brookville. News 12's Elise DiStefano has more.